One word to describe Brenda.
I'm not sure there is one word to describe Brenda.
Extraordinary.
Energized.
Tenacity is a very good word that describes Brenda.
Involved.
Compassionate.
Well written, well spoken. That's 2 words though.
Well, I'm the 3rd generation on our farm, and so I grew up there. It's something that has been in my blood forever.
She was always the one who was asking questions. Why are you doing this, Dad? Why are you doing that? Which got to be a little annoying after a while.
I wanted to get out of our small town, and I decided to go to Los Angeles for business school.
She told us pretty early on that she was going to get out of this little town of St. Paul and go to a big city to go to college. And when she said LA, we were like, well, there's a big city for you. And
I spent 3 full years down there and decided that I think Oregon was about the best place for me.
she called Paul and said, I want to come home and farm.
I think leaving and coming back was crucial because I was able to really see another side of life. See this urban world where, some of my friends have never even mowed their lawn, let alone, acres and acres of perennial ryegrass before harvest.
Brenda just gets involved, whether it's within her local community with the AMT, whether it's with Oregon Aglink and the Adopt a Farmer program. She sits on the Marion County Farm Bureau. She testifies regularly on behalf of the Oregon Farm Bureau.
It's important for farmers to actually show up and to tell your story because you're the ones on the front lines, so to speak, of what's happening.
Brenda brings so much to the table, being a young mother, educated, well-spoken. When I've listened to her testify at the Capitol, she has concise, accurate things to say about Oregon agriculture.
It will not happen with one conversation. It will not happen the first time you go to the Capitol and take the time to do that. It is going to take you continually showing up. Don't give up just because you don't feel like you made a difference that time.
She's also extremely active with the social media aspect, which I think is critical, especially in a state like Oregon, because there's so many opinions about agriculture and how we're doing what we're doing.
I have a blog that I write on weekly, and it's nuttygrass.com.
She started her blog, I think it was in 2012. We had a social media class that we put together and Brenda attended. And I knew Brenda would be just good at it because she's just got that personality that makes people want to be her friend.
I write everything from, here's some great new technology, here's some more controversial things that we do, then also here's a great picture of my son that we're raising on the farm. Here's the crops and why we grow them.
It draws a lot of people in that way, and when you sprinkle in real life and then farming, you truly do connect with people because then they can relate to you.
And just the fact that you have this intelligent young woman who is now a young mom and can connect with the urban consumer, the urban mom also.
She's a very open person as far as if someone wants to pursue questions or get more information.
That conversation has to go both ways. They have got to feel like they can come back to you later and say, well, what about this? I heard this. And the more people that we can get to be sources like that, the more we're going to be able to change the conversation.
I always say that blogging, if you reach 1 or 2 people, you've done your job. And with Brenda, the way she's grown organically and consistently, blogging 2 times a week for the last 4 years, basically, that's phenomenal.
Brenda seems to have an extraordinary purpose in her life. It's family and community and serving the industry that she's working in.
That connection of Warren and Brenda, it's perfect because that's the epitome of what she's trying to do with her blog, with her videos, with being on boards and testifying, is just connecting people to what she does every day out on the farm.
Yeah, very proud of her.
Very proud of her.
Yeah.
And she's got so much going on now that she doesn't have time to think that she needs awards, but this is really special for her to receive this.
Oregon agriculture is incredibly viable. I think it's alive. I think it's exciting. I also think it's being continually challenged, and I think it's something that we have to fight for, and we have to be ready to fight for it for a long time.
Brenda, thank you for everything you do for Oregon agriculture. It really helps people like me that are out there working day in and day out to know that there's people like you trying to protect our way of life and what we're doing.
Brenda, I want to thank you for what you're doing for Oregon agriculture. But more than myself thanking you, It's going to be your children who thank you for all the work that you've done.
Thank you, Brenda, for all you do for Oregon agriculture, and thank you for being an awesome friend.
Brenda, thank you for taking care of the farm and letting us move on to be grandparents. You're awesome.